Today I want to talk about the future of the Battlefield franchise. I think it's a really hot topic right now, considering we're in the middle of the DLC and we know there are a lot of rumours flying around. But just before we do kick into things, I have another copy of Battlefield Premium to give away. I refound another code that I got sent right at the start of Battlefield 4. I still have the code in my inbox where all my emails come in. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning that, make sure you drop a like on today's video and then leave a comment, something relevant about the future of Battlefield. Now, there's been a lot of rumours floating around at the moment that there are various companies that could be working on the next instalment into the franchise, but by far and away the runaway leader is Visceral Games. And if rumours are to be believed, then at the moment we could be looking at a SWAT or police style Battlefield coming out later on this year. Now that stirred up a lot of interest in the community. First of all, because it's not going to be a DICE Battlefield title. We know that DICE are currently working on Mirror's Edge and Battlefront, so they've got absolutely no time to be making another Battlefield game. So it would only make sense for EA to outsource that to another gaming studio. With that rumour being placed firmly in your mind right there, let's start off with a question today. Is that something that you would personally look forward to? A SWAT style or police style Battlefield title which would sound like very close quarters fast-paced action. Of course, that's just what I imagine it to be. It could be something completely different. But with that idea in your head, just a police-themed Battlefield, is that something that you would want to see? And ultimately, is that something that you'd play? For me, there are so many different avenues that you could go down with Battlefield at the moment. The community is so diverse, and it's been more diverse than ever it has been before. I joined the community at the original Bad Company game. Now, that was sort of a breakaway from what we would normally expect Battlefield to be, which was a hardcore, semi-hardcore first-person shooter that was very sort of focused on all-out warfare. It wasn't very close-quarter style, but it wasn't massive open warfare either. It kind of sat in the middle as a perfect balance between some of the other games that were offering run and gun style and some of those massively hardcore open shooters. Battlefield sat right in the middle. Moving into Bad Company, there was a shift in the gameplay style. It was very much laid back, it was a completely relaxed approach to what Battlefield actually was, and it kind of divided the community. A lot of the veterans that have played Battlefield since the series had started, I know a lot of them boycotted the games. They didn't particularly like the game style from Bad Company and Bad Company 2, and sort of sat on the sidelines and waited for a true Battlefield title to come out. In my opinion, the Bad Company series was awesome. It was one of my first entrances into the FPS genre, having only played Call of Duty 4 before that, and that was simply because my mates liked playing it, so I thought I'd better play it as well. And when I got my hands on Bad Company, just before the beta for Bad Company 2 was about to drop, I fell in love with the game. And ever since then, that game style that I introduced myself into the Battlefield series with is one that I've really liked. And personally, in my opinion, that has been continued into Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. But you have to look at it from the other side as well. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 have both tried to incorporate the old veteran style of gameplay with massive large maps, open warfare, incorporating vehicles much more heavily than they were in the Bad Company series. So what DICE have tried to do is cater for everybody in one game. Now in Battlefield 3, I think they did an absolutely amazing job. The veterans still weren't too happy. There was still some expressions that Battlefield 3 wasn't really a true successor to Battlefield 2. And looking at it the way a veteran would probably look at it, I can completely agree. It probably wouldn't be what you'd expect to find from a sequel, potentially from that game. If I look at Battlefield 4, that looks like more of a sequel to Battlefield 2, but we know how that turned out. So at the moment we kind of have this balance between a run and gun play style of Battlefield, where there are plenty of game modes available for you just run around with your primary weapon and kill people, and there are also plenty of opportunities for you to experience that all-out warfare that Battlefield has always really been famous for. So it's trying to cater for everybody at the moment. But with this new Battlefield Police theme, are we going to be going back to something more run and gun style? Or is it going to be something completely different? I'm not really too sure. What do you guys think? And as I said at the start of the video, is that something that you'd actually really want to play? Something that was a little bit more fast-paced, a little bit more close quarters? Maybe something a little bit more off the cuff like the Bad Company series was? Is that something you'd want to see in an IP like Battlefield? Or could we be seeing it in a completely different IP altogether from Visceral? Or even another development studio for that matter? Who knows at this time, but really, leave your comments down below today. I'd really like to get your opinion on that. Next, I just wanted to show you this. I've just got my hands on a brand new gaming headset, and I think it's absolutely amazing. Fair enough, I haven't owned many gaming headsets in my life, but I've compared this a little bit to the headphones that I use a lot of the time when I'm playing Battlefield, and I have to say with these ones right here, I am pleasantly surprised. Now, I just wanted to ask you guys, do you want me to do a review on them? I've got a little bit of footage right now, but I don't have all of it yet. But would you like me to put a review together for what I think is probably the best gaming headset out there? Let me know down in the comments. And secondly, I wanted to introduce you to this. This is my brand new Twitch channel that I set up over the bank holiday weekend. It took me a little bit of time to get all the graphics together, but I'm really happy with how it's looking right now. I do plan on starting to stream a little bit. It's going to have to run alongside the videos that I produce, so just expect little streams here and there from time to time, different games, so mainly focusing on Battlefield, but maybe moving into some other games in the future as well. It could always be your suggestion that I end up streaming, so that could be quite cool. So I've left a link in the description so that you can go across to the Twitch page and you can follow me if that's kind of your thing, and expect me to start streaming probably starting next week. And that just about wraps up today's video, guys. So it's been another thoughtful one today, just like my netcode video a couple of weeks ago. So it would be really good to get your comments down below, and make sure you hit like on the video today so other people can see this kind of topic and sort of give their opinion on it. It's really good. I love getting people's opinions on these kind of things. I like being that controversial guy that goes against the grain and just starts throwing random ideas around. But yeah, thank you for watching. My name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.